one more very special guest before we get to Cynthia, and that's Sandra Steingraber, who has a proclamation or announcement or something very exciting to share with all of us.
Well, hi everyone. My name is Sandra Steingraber, and my day job is as a biologist and author. But today I'm standing here in the Green Star Co-op, whose groceries grew the bodies of my children. I'm standing here today as a mom. 17 summers ago, I was hugely pregnant with my son. He's now 6'3". Elijah was positioned inside of me in what obstetricians call a transverse lie. A transverse lie makes natural birth impossible because you can't get out of a woman sideways. To encourage the baby to make a 90-degree turn, my midwife encouraged me to swim. And so I did, floating belly down in our beloved lake, Cayuga Lake, every afternoon. And it worked. So, welcome Cynthia Nixon, mother of 3 sons and political candidate for governor, and welcome Zephyr Teachout, mother-to-be and political candidate for attorney general, to the shores of our remarkable lake that helps babies find the doorway into this beautiful world. But there is trouble in paradise. Looming over the east shore of our lake are the stacks of the vintage coal-burning Cayuga power plant. I could see it chuffing away when I was dog paddling around the lake 9 months pregnant. As a public health biologist who studies water and air pollution, I knew its air emissions are linked to stroke, asthma, and preterm birth. I knew its mercury emissions into our lake are pediatric neurotoxicants. And in 2006, I published an essay about the public health menace of the Cayuga power plant, a relic of the Eisenhower era with a particularly inefficient engineering design. Now it's 17 years after my son's birth, and that 65-year-old oven is still in operation as one of only 2 remaining coal-burning power plant holdouts left in New York State. You might think that its days would be numbered, given Governor Cuomo's stated commitment to move New York State entirely off of coal by 2020. But the new operators of the Cayuga power plant have a new plan to circumvent that vision. They intend to switch from coal to fracked gas and keep on burning. Adding to the menace, that gas would be delivered to us from the fracking fields of Pennsylvania by convoys of trucks, 50 to 120 gas-filled trucks traveling every day down our winding rural roads, past our homes and our schools, and on the routes that our children travel, including my 2 teenage drivers. Further, this plan will actually make air pollution worse, that's what the data show, for our kids. Emissions of volatile compounds that make smog will actually go up after this conversion. All this is happening in a time of climate emergency, when the science shows us that methane, natural gas, is as bad, if not worse, as a climate killer than coal. So Finger Lake citizens, who are the epicenter of the anti-fracking movement, are not fooled by this bait and switch fossil fuel plan. And the public outrage in our community has now been organized into a citizen campaign called No Frack Gas Cayuga, and it's being led by moms and women. Our table behind the No Frack Gas Cayuga banner in the back before you leave. This is an invitation to all of you today to show up for our Rise for Climate Action on September 8th, a week from today, out at Lansing, where we will spotlight the dangers of this dinosaur power plant that is our governor's legacy. Fracking was banned because the science showing its harms was carried into the public arena by a tremendous grassroots movement. We all did that. Yeah. But our work is not done. We stopped fracking, and now we need to stop the build-out of fracking infrastructure. The people of the Finger Lakes will not allow the Cayuga power plant to be converted to a gas-operated plant. And you know I play to win, right? Yes. We have seen the political corruption options surrounding other frack gas facilities like the CPV power plant, and we are very aware that our Cayuga power plant is now owned by a subsidiary of an outfit called Blackstone, and that the managing director of Blackstone, Bill Mulrow, is also Governor Cuomo's campaign chair. And we also know that this plant is not necessary for us to keep the lights turned on. Years ago, in 2010, again in 2016, many of us in this room fought hard to upgrade transmission lines to make it unnecessary to even run this plant. So we don't even need it. For all these reasons, No Frack Gas Cayuga demands a clear commitment from Albany that there will be no new fossil fuel plants, that there will be no switcheroo, no conversion of fossil fuel plants from coal to gas. And we know that we need to attach a do not resuscitate sign on the dying Cayuga power plant and engage in a real conversion. A real conversion would mean converting from fossil fuels to 100% renewable energy. And I believe Cynthia Nixon has something to say about that, and I am looking forward to hearing it. Welcome.